YouTube? What's good? And back at you with another video, man. It's been a little while. It's been about a month or so. I'm just getting back on my purpose, getting shit correct. So I wanted to get on this subject of Tekashi 6ix9ine. My man out here snitching. But, what would you do? What would you do if you were in that situation? People trying to kill you. You know what I'm saying? They was just there for the money. That's the case with a lot of people, really. They're there for the money, especially when you're famous. So what would you do? Because I know if I was in that situation, a 23-year-old guy facing fucking 40 years or however much, I'm going to sing like a canary because I got the rest of my life ahead of me. It sounds bad, and he's the devil pretty much in everybody's eyes, but it's like, what would you do if you was in that same position? That's a tough decision to make, because he was, in the first place, he was never about that life. He was never about that life. He just did it for the clout and for the fame, and that's the age that we living in. It's 2019, baby. I'm saying, that's a tough decision to make, man. People are looking at it from the way of like the street dude. Like, if you in the streets, if you actively in the streets, you're not supposed to say shit, not a damn thing. And yeah, well, I agree 100%. But I can't say Tekashi's a hoe ass mother. I can't say all that, because I would do the same thing if I was in his position. And it's what even people that are in the streets, they do. They make that same decision to tell on their partners, and it's, you live and you learn with that. You gotta take that lesson that Tekashi's going through right now and not repeat the same shit, because I guarantee you that it's gonna be so much more Tekashis to come in 2020, all that. It's gonna be a lot more. You know what I'm saying? This shit just getting started. They told him that he had maybe a couple years in the game. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even have that. He had probably like 9 months. Something like that. But man, you just gotta take the lesson that comes from that. That's really all I can say about it. Tekashi, it's a lot of motherfuckers out here that's talking about he's the worst person in the world, a rat, Tekashi this, Tekashi that. But not a lot of people, they value honor and just being a stand-up dude. Tekashi, he pretty much did everything that he did for the money. Pretty much everything. All the beef, everything. He wanted more clout, more all that. And he just in a terrible situation, man. Terrible situation. And like I was saying, it's the same thing that millions of just impoverished and minorities go through. They offer you fucking 50 years, however much years, and whatever deal that they offering, you gonna take it, because you don't want to. You young. When you young, you make dumbass decisions, stupid dumbass decisions for no reason, just for the sole reason of you not thinking. And Tekashi wasn't thinking. He wasn't thinking about how it's gonna affect his family, how it's gonna affect just his life in general. But I feel as though Tekashi, he might serve another year or two, and then he'll be out. And then after that, his fan base is, I don't want to say loyal, but as long as he comes out with another hit, like, his whole shit is gonna be right back on the map. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gotta come outside. He can just stay in the house, you know what I'm saying, make hits, and people will fuck with him again. You know what I'm saying? He just gotta I feel bad for him, really. Really and truthfully, I feel bad for him because when you young, man, you bound to make dumbass decisions. You know, he didn't have a father figure in his life, essentially, and he he didn't have no direction. So he just he's just going off the shit that worked, you know, and that's pretty much what a lot of people that don't have that direction do. They pretty much just go off of instinct. You know, I didn't really have my dad in my life at all. You know what I'm saying? He came around for he didn't really come around at all, but he would support my family, I guess you could say, cuz he owns a business, and financial support isn't the same as moral support. He didn't come around and give me lessons. He didn't teach me nothing really. Like, I'm learning all this shit that I'm learning right now on a whim. You know, so in a guy like Tekashi's situation, he's learning everything on a whim. So he's like, oh, this worked, so I'm gonna keep doing that and keep doing that and keep doing that, and you know, I'm gonna be I don't know what his final goal was. I don't, I don't know what Tekashi's final goal was to be, but I know that being in jail isn't what was in his plan. Well, he didn't see that in his future. So that's why he out here singing like a canary. Everybody on his ass. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was on his ass when he was out of jail. There's nothing Tekashi in this situation could have did to really make it better for himself, because either way, the only thing he could have done was not get into the gang in the first place. That's number one. That's the first fuck up. But after that, there was pretty much nothing that he could do. All of it was pretty much written already. That story had already been told. Tupac, you know what I'm saying, he did the same thing. The same exact thing. Another thing I don't understand is how people can get famous and then they join a gang. That makes absolutely no sense. You went all this time without joining the gang, and then all of a sudden you want to get in the gang, the Bloods, Crips, whatever, and then you want to start living that life because it looks cool, and then either you end up dead or in jail. That's really the only two options that you have when you're such a public figure and everybody knows who you are. We see you. We know your routine. We know where you are. Especially if you post everything on social media. And that's another thing. They post, or they recorded damn near everything that they was doing, and they getting super jammed up for all that shit. The police got everything. Everything. If Tekashi lie about one thing, it's over for his ass. He is done. He is in jail forever. Man, it's crazy. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Like, me personally, I value, with everything that I have in my soul, I value being honest and having integrity, morals. I don't, if I'm out committing crimes and fucking me and my partner, we out committing crimes and we robbing motherfuckers and all that, I can't bring myself to snitch on them. Especially if we was doing it together. It's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. But that's the age that we living in. This ain't the 90s. This ain't back then. This is now. My man Daniel Hernandez. You know what I'm saying? That man. Free my nigga Bobby Shmurda, man. Free all them niggas. But yeah, man. Drop a like. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting better with this YouTube shit. I appreciate y'all watching my video, sincerely, from the bottom of my heart. And also, thank you to my 10 subscribers that I have. You know what I'm saying? I'm very proud of that. Because a motherfucker came from 0 goose eggs, you know what I'm saying? And I'm doing better than I was however long I started my YouTube channel ago. Almost a year. You know what I'm saying? So, appreciate y'all watching my video. Like, comment, and subscribe. also when Meek got out, he said, like, who's backing this kid? Like, who mans is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, who the gang members that let this man into their vicinity? Like, who mans is this? You know, and I don't want to say I blame the gang members, because they needed the money too. Everybody in the whole equation, everybody, both sides, Tekashi and the gang members, they did the shit for the money, pretty much. You know, without Tekashi and without the gang, well, without Tekashi, they would have no money. Without the gang, they wouldn't have no money. Or Tekashi wouldn't have no money. I'm saying he just wanted that clout.